Now let us talk about some small common problems that can occur in mobile phones that will help you to start the course. Like if the ringer problem, that is, if the ringer is not working or the sound is not clear, then what you have to do? First of all, check the ringer settings in the phone. If that is not okay, then open the phone and clean the ringer point and connector. If still the problem persists, check the ringer using multimeter in the buzzer mode. Then check the ringer IC. Next step is to heat and reball or change the logic IC. By doing this, the ringer of your mobile phone get fine. Next problem is about the light. If the phone is not illuminating properly, then you can check the light setting in your phone. Resolder all LEDs, check the display, check all the LEDs, change if any LED is damaged. Keep the track of the PCB light section, check it if it is clear or not. Check the boosting coil, heat or change the light IC, or heat or change the power IC. This is how the light of the mobile phone can be clear. Next common problem is about the keypad. Sometimes no key is pressed, but some key gets working by their own. Sometimes we press some other key, but some other key works on, or the key works continuously, if not even if even pressed. For this, what you have to do? You have to check the facial of the keypad. Clean the keypad points. If still the problem persists, check the keypad rows and column using multimeter in buzzer mode. Check the short and opening of dead circuits. Heat or change the keypad IC is the final step you can do. After that basic problem, normal problem is about display. When the display gets blank, it gets white or not does not get properly worked, it gets broken or logo appears then disappears or the mobile is switched on, whatever the problem with the display occurs, just clean the display tips and the connector. Display connector should be resoldered. If still the problem persists, then move on to changing the display. Check the display, change the resolder, change or resolder the display IC, heat, reball or change the CPU is the final step if nothing works out. Next is a SIM fault. When you get a message, insert SIM, even if the SIM is inserted in it, or SIM works for a while and then stop working, saying invalid SIM. Then what you have to do? Just check the settings and see if the mobile is not in a flight mode. Clean the SIM card tips and SIM connector. If still the problem continues, then change the SIM card. If the problem continues, then check the track of the SIM section. If the problem again continues, then change the SIM IC. At last, if nothing works out, just change the power IC. Next is the network fault. If there is no network in the mobile or nest network signals you are getting, then just go to the call settings and search network manually. No network means your antenna switch is faulty. If network comes but the home network could not be selected, then the PFO is faulty. Clean the antenna tips and antenna point. If the problem continues, then change the antenna switch. If still the problem occurs, then change the PFO. Lastly, if nothing works out, then you have to change the network IC or the power IC or even the CPU has to be changed. Charging fault. When the battery of the mobile is not charging or shows not charging, or when the charger is connected, the mobile gets hot. Then what you have to do? First of all, change the charger. Clean, resolder or change the charger connector. If the problem continues, then change the battery and the check. Check the voltage of the battery connector using the multimeter. If no voltage in the connector, then check the charging section. If still the problem continues, then check the fuse, coil and regulator one by one. Then after that, change the charging IC if the problem still persists. Finally, heat, reball or change the power IC. Now, in many cases, you will need to reset the mobile phone. just to correct the malfunctions such as freezing of the mobile phone, slowness of the mobile phone, or to restore the phone to its original state. Before resetting the mobile phone, you should know on resetting the mobile phones, all the personal data and other data will be removed from the phone. It is basically done before selling or the old mobile phone. Resetting all cell phone will often remove and erase all of the personal data from the device. It will restore the phone back to its original factory settings.